I think it's nice to get away from the rink, kind of put that one in the rearview mirror and just show up today ready to go. Obviously, we know we have better. We know we have to be better, and I think today we'll come out strong.
Different games, obviously, those two, but is there anything about the road that's giving you guys trouble or any kind of themes you identify between those two?
No, I think the Islanders game, obviously, not our best. Sometimes it's easier to throw those away when you get absolutely pounded like that. The Buffalo game, we're right there. We had chances to win, and we let it slip. So that one's a little bit tougher to go. But we did some video today, learned from the stuff we messed up, and we'll be ready to go today.
You're getting quite a few chances and a lot of shots on goal. Does that kind of ease your concern that the puck hasn't gone in yet?
Yeah, I think right now I'm just getting a little unlucky. I got to bear down a little bit more in front and make sure one goes in. So it's been too long. I gotta be better. I gotta help the team win by scoring some goals and obviously doing other things as well. But I would like to pull it in.
So how do you avoid kind of maybe starting to grip the stick a little against this streak here?
I think you look at some of the chances I've had. Maybe 9 times out of 10 they happen. It probably goes in. So sometimes you gotta look at that and chalk it up to some unluckiness and just go out there, play your game, and it'll go in eventually. So when it does, I gotta figure out how to capture that feeling and continue with that. I'm not too worried.
With Lucas on there, does he kind of bring this kind of the same vision and passing ability that Patrick?
Yeah, for sure. I think a little bit different dynamic, but him being a righty versus a lefty, and a lot of other things. But I think the way me and Ray and Casper can play together, we can all move pretty fast. We battle for pucks, and we can play in the O-zone with the puck. So I'm excited to play tonight, and it's fun playing with those guys.
Thanks, Alex.
Todd, any update on Kane? Is he still in the day-to-day phase there?
Skating, but not playing.
Yeah. Just with Marco, what are you seeing from him? What does he need to do to get jump-started here offensively?
Marco Casper you're talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Marco has to play and has, some nights, not consistently, a complete two-way game. So we're not, completely evaluating him on offense. He's had some opportunities, breakaway the other night in Buffalo. It'll go in for him eventually. I don't know if he's notoriously a little bit of a slow starter as far as offense goes, but the more competitive he is, the more snot, I guess, that he brings to his game, the better he is. And I thought we got a little more out of that in New York than we did in Buffalo. We talked about it a bit, but I'm confident he will hit the score sheet at some point. But the complete game is how we evaluate him.
And any changes on defense tonight?
There could be, yeah.
Just another player in Michael Rasmussen, a player who has size, and he's shown that he has good hands. Another player who the puck isn't exactly going in the most for him right now. What have you seen the most out of him this season, and what would you like to see more out of from him?
Ras is our penalty kill is drastically improved, and he's a big part of it. And we gave him that assignment at the beginning of the year. So he's done a real good job in that area. Comfer as well. The three of them have been charged with leading, at least up front, the penalty kill and getting the job done. So we're quite happy with what he's done there and in those situations. In 5-on-5, we've asked him to play the wing. We've asked him to play center. He's moved around from line to line. A little bit of a utility guy. He's had, like our team, he's had some real good nights and some average nights. And as you get bumps and bruises, and if he's not included in that list, there has to be more from him all over the ice surface. And we've talked about that, but the real positive is his contribution on the penalty kill.
And this team responded very well to the opening night loss, rattling off 5 straight wins. what is the biggest message in the room right now to once again respond after 2 games that you would certainly have preferred a different outcome in?
Yeah, we would have preferred a different outcome. The Buffalo, or pardon me, the Islander game reminded me very much of opening night against Montreal. A lot off the rush, a lot of errors. When you watch it again, you're going like, what were we thinking? Why were we doing that? So we've got to definitely clean that up if we want to give ourselves a chance at success. We played better when we played with the lead. We have a little more jump in that situation, so it's certainly something we want to do every night. But when you can't, you've got to stay in the game long enough to try and work your way back in. I didn't think we did that in New York the other night.
Is there anything about the road that you think has given you guys trouble so far, or is that kind of a more coincidence?
Well, we've only played 3 games. Our goalie stole us one. It's early. I think this team still has to figure out its identity on the road and how they're going to approach games. Any coach sitting up here answering the question will tell you don't get the matches. It's a little bit different. The environment's a little more hostile. Of course, but we only have 3 players that haven't really experienced road life. Everybody else has. So we've got to find our game there.
And then Simon didn't play much down the stretch on the island. What are you looking to see more of out of him?
Oh, just a better overall game. I'm not going to go into, I spent 3 questions and I did evaluations of individual players. A lot of that stuff, I'm going to do with the players and not necessarily with you guys quite as much. But he didn't play the last 12 minutes of the game in New York. Could have been many players, but that probably gives you an idea of what we thought about his game.
You guys will play the Blues here twice the next 4 days. When you look at them on film, what stands out?
Well, they're kind of going through, I think they're going through what we are a little bit, where it's one real good night, kind of an average night the next night, kind of trying to find their footing consistently, but they can certainly make you pay. Their top 2 lines have a lot of scoring or potential scoring on it. Their D can skate and they tend to get up in the rush. So they and I think I've known Monty for a long time. He's going to have them well organized, so they're not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to play a pretty good game, calculated game, and take advantage of the mistakes they do make because they're not just going to give it to you.